Our next guest flourished in the OHL, played with London and Kitchener, as we mentioned, big concert goer, a World Junior champion as well, and a Calder Trophy winner in the NHL. New lease on life. He'll be with the Philadelphia Flyers and head coach Peter Laviolette this year. He is Steve Mason. Steve, it's great to have you on. Thanks for doing this. Tell us, I guess, your excitement level to play with Ray Emery, almost as a tandem in a great hockey city like Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'm ecstatic about it. It's like you said, coming to Philadelphia at the trade deadline was just a breath of fresh air for me, a whole new beginning. Just really hit the reset button, and coming into this off season, just felt really renewed about my whole career, and just really had that sense of excitement around the game again. And in an organization like Philadelphia, they show it every single season. They're not afraid to make big, bold moves to try to improve the hockey club, and this summer's been no different with the acquisitions that we've made, and it just really adds to that excitement around this coming season.
What was it that excited you most about hitting the reset button, Steve? The fact you're leaving Columbus for Philadelphia, or a chance for you to rebuild your game back to where it once was?
A little bit of both. It's just to get into a new environment, and then just to have that whole new beginning, a new coaching staff, new goaltender coach, and Jeff Reese has been huge for me in Philadelphia. He's just been a real calming influence, somebody that I really enjoy working with, and the group of guys in the locker room are first class all the way. I knew a couple of them prior to being traded to Philadelphia, so to have those relationships already walking into a dressing room made it that much easier.
Was it an odd situation with Ilya there? It just didn't seem like it was going to end terribly well, and it just happens sometimes. It happens in work relationships that it's both sides need to go their separate ways. Was it a different scenario? Did you spend a lot of time with him specifically?
I didn't really spend a whole lot of time with him. I had obviously heard what had gone on with Ilya prior to being traded there. The 24/7 series obviously showcased that firsthand, and coming into Philadelphia, I didn't really want to get involved in the spotlight too much, so I just came to the rink, and Ilya and I were on the ice together early before practice working on goaltender-specific things, but other than that, we didn't have too much of a relationship.
You've played 239 games in the NHL, Steve, but you're only 25. In your heart, are you feeling you've yet to hit your prime years as a goalie in the NHL?
Yeah, I definitely think that the best is yet to come, and I think really when I first got to Philadelphia and started working with Jeff Reese, things started falling into place, and coming into this off season, I wanted to make sure that those good things continued, and coming to training camp ready to go. This is a big season for myself, and then obviously for the Flyers organization as a whole, so I wanted to make sure that this summer gave me the best opportunity to come in and put the best foot forward.
Steve Mason joining us. He, of course, a World Junior champion, a gold medalist, starting goalie, of course, for Team Canada, and a Calder Trophy winner in Philadelphia now with, like we said, a lot of young players that want something to prove, don't they? The Cup's been forever and a day, but it's sort of baby steps. There's a lot of guys that have won at different levels, and they're excited to do it at this one. Yeah,
this group in Philadelphia, the core group, it's a young group, and it's something that's really exciting to be a part of. And like you said, there's been guys that have won at the junior level, World Junior Championships, and then there's a handful of guys that made to the Stanley Cup final as well. So when you have a young player like Claude Giroux leading the team, I think that's can only mean a good thing. And then the supporting cast around him. There's some real quality hockey players in this organization, and then with the moves that we made in the off season, picking up those three key players, moving forward into this coming season, I think anything but making the playoffs is going to be a real disappointment. And then, if we do get into the playoffs, I think we can make a big splash.
Not to slag Columbus in any way, Steve, but is part of your excitement the fact you're going to such a rabid hockey city like Philadelphia?
Yeah, and I have nothing bad to say about Columbus. I had a great time there, but it was just time for me to move on. But like you said, coming into a hockey market like Philadelphia, you come to the rink and there's just this general sense of excitement for the game. When the players arrive 3 hours before a game, there's parking lots are filled with fans. Just whether they're drinking, barbecuing, playing road hockey in the parking lots, you can just really sense that they're excited for the hockey game. And then once you get into the arena, the atmosphere is just second to none throughout the entire NHL. And it's a real fun situation to be a part of.
Steve Mason, our guest, he's at the Fourth Period Magazine's 5th annual charity tournament benefiting the Canadian Association of Mental Health Foundation at Nobleton Lakes today. Before you go, I want to ask you about the Knights. For people who follow college football, I think we see London as very similar to a great college football program. They continue to turn out, not only quality people, but obviously quality hockey players. The draft this year, no different. First rounders everywhere. Do you look back and feel awfully fortunate, though you didn't play much your first year, but awfully fortunate that, and you went to Kitchener at the deadline the one year, but London saw something in you and you got to play with so many great players. And it's a mini pro organization before guys are actually in the pros, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely is. It's just first class all the way. The way that the Hunters run that organization is second to none. Playing in a building like at the time it was the John Labatt Center, but now the Budweiser Gardens. It was
look at you. Look at the plugs there.
Yeah.
They love. Oh man, they're going to retire your number someday for that. Yeah.
I was just there for the Pearl Jam concert, so that's why.
Oh, you were there last night. That explains it. That explains it. What they play for? 3 hours? I saw the set list, like 40 songs.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was a great show, but just playing in an arena like that when you're, some guys are 16 up to, 19, 20, it's just an unbelievable experience to play in a sold-out building that really is an NHL rink in miniature. And to have a fan base like that at such a young age that, for a 16-year-old to see people wearing your jersey around an arena is a pretty awesome feeling. And then just the way that the Hunters treat you as a person and as a player, they really prepare you for a pro game, and it's something that any player that's part of that organization should feel fortunate to have.
Steve Mason, our guest, of course, with the Philadelphia Flyers. Looking forward to a great new start with them in the fall. I don't know. I know you haven't seen your schedule yet, but the band Chicago's at Budweiser Gardens in February. I don't know. Would you go with your parents? Could you? They're a little bit older act, but they can get you tickets for that.
I'm sure my dad would love something like that. He's both these guys.
See, we might. That's our problem. We might enjoy that. That's the sad thing about it. Thanks so much for this, and it was great to talk to you. A lot of people are pulling for a great season for you with Philly in this area, and we wish you the best.
I appreciate it. I just want to say I love your guys' show. Listen to it every day.
Thanks, man. We greatly appreciate it. Take care.
All right. Take care, you too.
Steve Mason joining us. Fourth period golf tournament. Proceeds going